Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Tuesday night TCR Trinity Competitive Racing. We are here at Spa for Season 11, round number 5. It's about 5 minutes into qualifying. I'm S11 Professional, going to be your main commentator tonight. I'm joined once again by Chatty Duck, and we've taken a week off, but we're back. So, Chatty, how are you? How was your break? And I'm sure we're both looking forward to this race tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, everyone. Good to be back. We did have a break, a week off last week. A chance to get away maybe from F1 games for a little while, but definitely good to be back after a quick recharging of the batteries. And what a circuit to come back to, the Spa-Francorchamps circuit in the Ardennes Forest for the Belgian Grand Prix, the longest track on the calendar. It's pretty much 7 kilometers, and therefore the lowest number of the laps of any race in the season as well. Just 22 laps in the race, and obviously we're seeing some of the times coming in already in over 100 seconds for a lap around this circuit, and it's going to be a very exciting evening, I'm sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I just was on board with Sir Charles going around the turn 20. So there's 20 turns on this track, and he ends up setting a 42.2, which is right now provisional P1. Something to note, he's not a full-time driver in Silver Class, but he is a reserve driver. So pretty impressive seeing a reserve. Sir Charles, he raced here in Season 9, but to see him on pole. Oh, and Bamboo just set a 41.8 to take that away from Sir Charles by 4/10. So Bamboo, who's been a very strong championship contender so far, and he's put that Renault on P1. But like you said, Chatty, it's one of the longer laps, only 22 laps tonight, because the track is so long. It's very unique. It's a bit different than the modern, more cookie-cutter circuits from Herman Tilke. But yeah, a favorite amongst the drivers and one of mine as well. So I'm pretty excited to see what these guys can do.
Yeah, and excited to race here as well for us on Thursday. And just
yes.
Funny you were saying about reserves, because obviously Bamboo, a Silver Class full-time driver, but he's been reserving in Platinum Class this season quite a few times, possibly even for every race so far in the season. And he's been well and truly holding his own in Platinum, getting some really good results there. And that obviously only bodes well for his performances in Silver Class as well, and he's currently placed second in the championship, the reigning champion from Season 10, still behind Granty Boy at the moment, and Granty Boy was able to extend his lead in the previous race at Hungary a couple of weeks back, so it's a 25-point gap at the third of a season point between Granty Boy and Bamboo.
Yeah, it's actually pretty close. I mean, it's not, impossible for Bamboo to catch up, and he's been very consistent. Granty Boy is just so dominant in that house. But just under 10 minutes to go here in quali. Something that me and Chatty were talking about earlier or right when quali started, was that it's sunny for qualifying, but we noticed the driver is taking a while to kind of get out on track to start their outlaps. So we're wondering if there is maybe rain coming in the race at some point. It is Spa, and it's usually not a Belgian Grand Prix without rain at some point during the weekend. So we'll see what happens. Many of these drivers might be running a wet setup. So if we see some weird stuff in quali, we know.
That's not necessarily reflected in the times, though. It's the only thing I'm thinking. Like seeing guys in the 41s and the 1-minute 42s as well. Still very impressive lap times. So, yeah, it'll be very interesting to see in the race what does happen with the weather. Obviously, the probability of rain around here is definitely quite high at any time, really. A race could start dry and end wet, or it could start wet and end dry. You just don't know around here. Yeah. So that's going to certainly spice up the action if we do get some weather involved, as Granty Boy crosses the line and slots himself into P2 with a 1:42.0, and that time was set on the mediums, so very impressive stuff from the Englishman.
I just noticed that he jumped up and noticed that he was on the medium tires, and I think he's done this a few times this season of taking the alternate tire during qualifying, sometimes staying on that slower tire until qualifying ends, sometimes doing a last run on the softer compound. Maybe he's trying to go long into the race because there is rain coming, so we'll see. Mako also is another reserve driver here tonight, and right now he's reserving in the Red Bull, also on the medium tires. So we'll see how that goes. And then Sir Charles, as we mentioned earlier, who's sitting in P3 at the moment. He is our third reserve. Somebody we also want to mention who is new to the league, sitting in P6 right now, is Wiener Drink, aka Drink. So we wish him the best of luck on his debut today in the Williams, teammates of Rockstar back in P7.
Yeah, absolutely good to see a new face in Silver Class. I noticed earlier as well that Blim Machine did join the session. We were having some issues getting Blim Machine into the lobby before we went live, but he hasn't selected his car, so I'm not sure what the issue is there. Although actually I think Blin is a Red Bull driver if I'm not mistaken, and I think both of the Red Bulls are occupied by other drivers, so not sure what the issue is there for Blin, but hopefully he can get into a car and get racing.
Yeah, absolutely. Got some intel from one of the drivers, actually, who's been kind enough to text us and kind of tell us what's going on with the weather, but we think there is no rain during the race, so expected to see some sun and some clouds, but of course, like you said, it's Spa and it could change just on a dime. If you guys remember the Spa Grand Prix in 2008, that was weather changed completely within a few laps, so it can always happen here.
Yeah, definitely, and similar story actually for 2010 as well. I remember we're talking about quite old races, so I don't know how many of the viewers can think that far back, or
yeah,
were F1 fans back then, but
oh yeah.
Check them out on YouTube if you haven't already seen them. They were a couple of cracking Grand Prix from the past. But and also actually 007 to think back to our last race in Platinum at Hungary, when we saw that for the forecast for the race that it was going to rain towards the end, and we kind of assumed when we saw that in qualifying that it meant that we might see rain about halfway into the race. But it really didn't come until the last few laps, and there was a late safety car as well, which spiced things up.
That was really crazy, and we both survived, and I think we both got points for Alfa Romeo, so that was good. Well, I'm pretty sure we both got points.
Yeah, I just snuck in, held down 10th place at the end, but yeah, and just seeing now Kruna talking about teammates. Bamboo's teammate in the Red Bull putting himself up into second place with 5 minutes remaining in quali. He's done a 1:41.9, so just slipping in under the 1 minute 42s. Only the second driver to achieve that.
Yeah, that's a quite a good feat. I wonder what the times are going to be for tomorrow's Golden class and obviously the Platinum class on Thursday. How that'll compare. Is Kruna on a flying lap or is he on an out lap?
I think he's on an in lap, but Bamboo has just obliterated the best time by half a second.
Jeez.
So Bamboo absolutely carrying on his charge from Monaco and Hungary.
Yeah, absolutely. And Bamboo mentioned to us in the commentary booth after Hungary that he really enjoys Spa. This is one of his favorite tracks and one of his best tracks. He said he might be practicing, might take a few days off. But it seems like he's right on it after this break. He's not messing around, and already, really leading the pack with the Renault 1-2 at the moment.
Yeah, I think for Bamboo, because like we said, he's been reserving for Platinum class. I think he definitely has his eye on a Platinum class seat, possibly for season 12.
Oh yeah.
And that's a great motivator to keep pushing and keep working to improve, which seems to me that he's definitely done that. You know, he was already a great driver in season 10 when he won the championship, and he's only improved all the more since then.
Yeah, I mean, he's doing quite well in the Platinum Reserve, or being a Platinum Reserve driver, and you know, then comes back to Silver class and is just kind of in a league of his own. So absolutely on fire at the moment. I think Granty Boy might be putting on the soft tires here in about 30 seconds or so to try for his final attempt. But honestly, he's sitting in P3 on the medium tire. That's a really, really good track position with that tire. So he might stay on it. Might be the better plan for the longer run in the race.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Because I don't think the soft tires last very long around here, especially in the first stint of the race when you've done a few laps of them in qualifying already. So as it stands, Granty's in a really great spot, although there is always the risk if you don't go out again that with track evolution you're under threat from the drivers behind of jumping in front of you in the qualifying positions. And there's certainly, probably down to Broomhandle in 9th place, any one of those guys could set a quicker time and possibly move Granty down the order.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you, like you said, the undercut is very powerful, and the lap is so long that, you know, you go an extra lap on those soft tires and you're going to lose many, many, many seconds. But just wanted to say hello to a few guys in chat. Deathwish is in chat, as well as Same TJ. So they've tuned in to kind of see what the Silver guys can bring. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, good to have people here with us for the first race after the break that we had. I hope everyone had a happy Easter or a happy break if you don't celebrate Easter. But anyway, good to have you all with us. And we've just got under a minute and a half remaining, and Granty Boy is still in the pits, so I think he is committed to starting on the mediums.
Yeah, I would assume so. There's no way you can get out and complete an outlap with the minute 11 unless you're in a super Formula 1 car. Somebody has just, was that joined or left the session?
That was Granty retiring, so that just confirms that he's happy with his 42.0 set on the medium tires.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I noticed Juan has yet to set a lap, but he's on his final attempt right now, going through the Eau Rouge on top of Radion. Want to be all technically correct. We don't want to, irk anybody. Making his way up to Lacombe, one of the straights that's a bit uphill on this track. Brakes hard for a right-left-right combo. Important to get this right and not run too wide, because you really want to get a good run here and then down the slopes into Ravage, which is a 90-degree right-hand corner. And misses the apex just slightly, and then we take a kind of a sweeping left of no-name corner, I believe it's called.
And then down to Pouon.
Pouon, yeah. One of my favorite ones, but God, it's so hard to drive, and you can flick the wheel left, and you're going to see your rear wing in front of you. Not what you want to see. And then here's, what is this, Stavelo? No, this is Stavelo, right?
Yeah, this is Stavelo that he's coming into now. That was Campus before that.
Ah, yes.
And I think Stavelo's kind of a 2-apex corner, double right-hander, like spoon curb in Japan. Mm-hmm. And then a last blast up to Blanchimont, which is this left-hander he's coming up to now. I think he was just moving out of the way, the Red Bull there.
Yeah.
And then finally the bus stop chicane.
They're taking all the curve. Oh, oh, that's going to be invalid, I think. No? P17. So I think, yeah, the bus stop chicane kind of messed him up a little bit. But overall, pretty decent lap from Juan. Everybody's on their flying laps right now.
Yep. Both of the Renaults. Krooner just took quite an interesting line through Pouon. So I'm not sure. He might have even backed out of it after that. I'm not entirely sure. His teammate Bamboo is a few corners behind him. He's just coming through Pouon at the moment. So Charles is on a slightly quicker time so far. Mako has pretty much stopped out on circuit. I think that's to allow people through.
Yeah. Bamboo's just under. Oh, he's just under, so he's slightly faster, 26 thousandths of a second faster currently. Just to run down to the bus stop chicane, he's going to really want to just keep the steering wheel as straight as he can. Don't scrub off too much speed. And Red Bull's off to the side, going through Blanchimont. Just the tiniest of steering angle, and then heavy braking to the bus stop chicane. Let's see how much curb he takes. None. And he's... Okay.
Oh, he's pitting.
Well, that was kind of anticlimactic.
Sir Charles behind him, just coming through the bus stop chicane. He was a couple of tenths up on his best lap time on the last
P2
sector that I saw, and he slots it into P2, and that's moved Granty Boy down to 4th, crucially.
Fire flow to P4. Great lap from him.
And Rockstar now coming up to the line, but he has not improved.
And Mako is still there. Who else is the broom handle? P2. Well, yeah, he's already finished his lap. That's everybody right now. Mako is still on track, but again, he's just... Does he run out of fuel? No, he's not.
I think he's just been getting out of everyone's way. I'm not entirely sure. Both Red Bulls are just kind of stopped at the moment on track. I don't know. D-Swish has just disappeared. I don't know what happened there. And Mako is carrying on despite being on a lap time of 3 minutes and 50 seconds, so that's not going to get you anywhere.
It's a record time.
Not in a good way.
Not there you go. You know, if I was Granty Boy, wouldn't be thrilled with that qualifying performance. It's great being on the medium tire, but look how close he is to P2.
Yeah, that's literally a tenth and a half between the third row where he is and being up there with Bamboo, his championship rival.
He'll be wanting to have had more in qualifying, but there's always the race, the run down to... I mean, actually, starting in P1, not really the ideal spot to start, right? Because you got that huge run down to Eau Rouge, over Radion and down into Lacombe, but just the massive straight. Being in the draft is going to be crucial.
That is true, although at the same time, I think that if you use the overtake button well on that first lap, you should be able to defend down to Les Combes. And then with the pace advantage that Bamboo seems to have over Sir Charles and Kroener behind him, you know, use the first couple of laps to build up a gap of a second or more to get out of the DRS, and then he would be in a good spot.
I'll tell you one thing, it's going to be interesting and see how crazy it's going to be. First lap, it's going to be a little crazy. So hopefully all the drivers can keep their wings, and we have very minimal to no wing damage.
Yeah, and that's true, because this is you think of Spa, you think of it as a very high-speed sort of track, but actually Turn 1, La Source, the hairpin, is one of the slowest corners actually in the F1 calendar. Mm-hmm. And obviously at the start of the race, when everyone's pumping with adrenaline and determined to, make up some positions, that's when the risk is very high for damage to the cars. So hopefully everyone can just keep a cool head, and we can get away safely. Better than we did in Hungary anyway, when someone went spearing down the inside of Turn 1 across the grass even and took people out. I think that might have been Syrah.
Yeah, because I think Blinn and Syrah got together before in the braking zone of Turn 1, and Syrah just had no control, and it was like just a passenger. Kind of reminded me of the Grosjean instrument.
Nice.
Yeah, shows you I've been working too much at work. I need to go home and play video games more, right? No, the Grosjean incident, from 2013, I believe, or 2012, going to the inside of Hamilton, getting on the wet grass and flying over a few cars of Alonso, Hamilton, who else? Raikkonen, maybe?
Yeah. But, 2012, that was the big pile-up at the start, yeah. And crazy to think that's not even the scariest accident that Romain Grosjean has had in his Formula 1 career, obviously, after Bahrain last year.
Yeah. But it's lights out for the formation lap, so drivers it'll be a longer formation lap than normal because this track is so long. but hopefully Bamboo can kind of keep the pace up and we can get to racing here shortly.
Yeah, and just to mention before we get to the start of the race, we didn't talk about the track limits in qualifying.
Yes.
So we're running regular track limits for this track. However, the stewards will be paying attention to corner cutting at turn 4, which I believe is the top of the Eau Rouge Radion section, because you can cut the inside of that corner quite severely and gain a significant advantage, especially going into the straight. So yeah, we'll be looking out for that. In terms of extensions, the drivers are allowed to use the red and yellow exit curbs to sort of maximize their exits, which will certainly be helpful at quite a few corners, including the corner with no name that Bamboo has just gone through on the formation lap. So hopefully the drivers can stick to those limits, and it should promote some good racing.
Yeah, another corner to kind of run wide on is Stavelo. It's the exit of turn 15. That's that kind of double right. Looking at the Constructors' Championship, though, it's quite tight at the top. We have Haas with 88 points, Renault with 83. Behind them is the AlphaTauri boys of Got New Weeb and Fireflow with 79. So all within 9 points in the top 3. And a good result here will definitely change that. And again, just a reminder to those tuning in, Granty boys in P1 with 88 points, Bamboo 63, Got New Weeb 40, and it kind of tailors off from there. So our championship rivals are Granty boy and Bamboo. Bamboo starting on pole position and Granty in P5, but on the medium tire. So we'll see how that strategy plays out for him.
Yeah, and Granty boy having such a good season so far that he's effectively leading the Drivers' and Constructors' Championship, because all of Haas's points have come from him. So that tells you everything about how well he's driving at the moment. But it's going to be interesting to see how he does from P5 on those mediums for sure.
The tension rising. It is about to be the start of round 5 here in Season 11 for TCR. And it's lights out, and we're going to wait here just for a few seconds until the cars start moving. Tension rising. And away we go with Bamboo getting a pretty good start, defending the inside line. Crooner also getting a good start, going down the inside of Sir Charles already. Sir Charles trying to hang it around the outside. And everybody looking pretty clean so far. Chatty, any damage in the back?
A little bit of contact, but I didn't see any damage as such. Blim got a really good start, actually. He looked like he might have overtaken a few cars, but then had to drop back at La Source because everyone was going so slowly through there.
Crooner and Fireflow just went too wide through the top of Radion. Well done. Crooner ran off the track to make that overtake, but I think pretty okay. Down, breaking into La Source, and the Sierra of Alfa Romeo almost hits the back of Granty, and that was a pretty close one. Granty will be counting his blessings for that one. And then down into Ravage, the Red Bull of Mako, our reserve driver, tries to make a pass around the inside of Rockstar, going too wide through here. And the Williams just runs a little out of track and loses the position to Mako. Now under pressure from Broomhandle and Drink. Drink, our other reserve, down the inside of Broomhandle. The McLaren trying to go inside of Puhan, and that's not going to work, and he backs out of it. Thankfully, at the last minute, that could have ended really badly.
Yeah, that's such a high-speed corner, and there's really only one line through there, so you can't do it side by side. Someone would have to back out, and luckily, Wiener Drank had the foresight to do that. But it seems so far like all the drivers are being pretty sensible and giving each other respect and space. The Machine has made up a couple of positions now. He's in P17 and trying to overtake Turkey Wacker, the 16th. Interesting as well that him and El Capitan are both on the hard tyres for the start of this race.
Yeah, I noticed that. It's good to have Lindo back.
We had Wiener Drank there into the wall on the pit straight, so he's dropped down to the back of the grid.
He's not out though, he just wing damage?
I can't see any wing damage actually, but he could have some minor damage to his wing. But either way, he's obviously lost a lot of positions.
Oh, look at this Mako with the Red Bull against Sierra in the Alfa Romeo. Just a drag race down into Lacombe here. Who's going to be the later breaker? It's going to be actually both of them. And Red Bull just a little bit later on the brakes and gets that position on Sierra. So good for him. P6 and just maintains his starting position. Sierra up though by 2 positions.
And further back, De Gaston has got ahead of Blin for P16, although he's now run wide in Rivage, and that's allowed Blin Machine to take the position right back.
Blin making up a few positions as well, because he started down in last. Right, oh, and there's a collision. There's Mako and Sierra, so that must have not... Wow, so Mako made the pass on Sierra, then something happened to both of them. I guess at Puan, and Mako is trying to find the right... Oh, and he just runs into the wall there.
Well, Mako's got a penalty for a collision with Rockstar, so I don't know how Rockstar was getting involved in that.
Look at that huge gap between... Who's that, Granty and Broomhandle? It's almost 4 seconds.
Looks like Broomhandle may be holding up a train, and De Gaston's got problems at the back. I think he's missing some wing. He had a slow exit out of Stabilo, and oh my goodness, he can't even get it slowed down for the bus stop.
Oh gosh.
Chicane, he's going to have to pit. Yeah, significant wing damage. And in he comes.
A little crazy at the back, cars going sideways and lots of wheel spin. Turkey did a pretty good overtake on El Capitan. El Capitan doesn't have the grip to keep up because he's on the hard tire. Turkey on the soft tire. That difference is going to be pretty massive.
Got any weebs, just overtaken Juan for 10th place, and Broomhandle and D-Swish having a battle as well for 6th place. And yeah, look at the rate that this gap is increasing from Broomhandle to Granty Boy. It's 5.3 seconds. So Broomhandle quite a bit slower than the guys in front, and he might be holding up quite a few cars here as he runs wide on the exit of Puon for good measure.
Quite a few cars, just like most of the grid. He might have
and
wing
fire
damage.
upflow. Oh, fire upflow's gone off.
Back on, so he lost I think he lost a position to Granty, and I don't think any wing damage, just probably lost on the exit of Stavilo.
Yeah, I didn't see it. I just saw the position change and then went on board, and he was obviously recovering from whatever happened to him, going slowly. But Granty Boy is doing a pretty good job so far, keeping pace with everyone in front.
He is.
And actually Bamboo has not been able to create the gap that I thought he might have done at the start of this race, because Sir Charles is well within DRS range.
Yeah, I think all these drivers, all 4 of them. So that's going to allow, Sir Charles, Crooner, Granty to save ERS, and, well, Crooner, I say that, he's at 6% ERS, so maybe not being the most economical with his usage. Sir Charles at 30, Bamboo at 29, so all these drivers have...
big crash, Tafour's out of the race!
Oh, God.
And that's a safety car. Ooh. He just lost it there out in the Eau Rouge Radion section, and it was kind of... It looked like it was happening in slow motion. He was trying to correct it on the wheel, but then he just slid off into the barrier.
Yeah.
And yeah, no surprise to see the safety car come out. And this actually is bad news for Granty Boy, because it's going to allow the guys ahead of him on the softs to make a pit stop.
It's like
under
a free
Delta.
pit stop.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's kind of like, I mean, the strategy is pretty much a one-stop, but it reminds me a little bit of Coda 2018 when between Raikkonen and Hamilton with the pit stops, and who pit? I think Hamilton pit and Raikkonen stayed out. But yeah, this is
well,
really...
I actually... Sorry, go on.
No, I was going to say, this is not going to help Granty Boy, like you said.
No, definitely, because, I mean... he's either got to pit with everyone else, and I'm sure that Bamboo will be pitting for the hards. I had a race here a few months ago in the league, and safety car came out. I think it was on lap 2, and I didn't pit because I didn't think that it was. I thought it was too early, but people behind me did pit for the hards, and it turned out that they could actually get to the end of the race no problem. So 18 laps is no problem at all for the hard tyres.
It's a very consistent tire, and everybody diving into the pits pretty much. But Crooner stayed out, so did Rockstar.
And so, Bamboo has put on the mediums, not the hards.
So is Sir Charles. Fire up flow. Oh man, I don't know if is that the right call? But that's a lot of laps though in the mediums, right?
17. Well, 18 really. Although of course 2 of them will be behind the safety car.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Really interesting. I think Crooner and Rockstar are going to lose out of this because, I mean, are they really going to pit the lap after the safety car comes in? I mean, that's just why would you lose that much track position? You know, why not just double stack at least for the Renault team? You know, Crooner double stack behind Bamboo and put on a set of even hard tires, and you know, at least in our opinion, be on the better tire for the end of the race. But you know, we don't know if the forecast may have changed and rain is coming. We have no idea. So just have to wait and see.
Yeah, I'm just trying to understand this decision from Bamboo to go to the mediums. If the mediums can get to the end, then fair enough, I suppose. But if they can't, and he's got to make another stop, he's just given away his advantage to Granty Boy because they've both got one stop remaining, and Granty Boy has track position now.
Yep.
And there's a lot of drivers behind that have gone for the hards rather than the mediums. Swish, Broomhandle,
Syrah,
Gontney Weber, everyone down there pretty much.
And the nice thing about the hard tires is that you can push on them. You know, you don't really have to protect them so much because they're going to last a lifetime. Or should last a lifetime.
Yeah, and as the fuel burns off later into the race, they're just going to get better and better, really. As we see Crooner and Rockstar both pit now, they should have come in the lap before. That's a big mistake from them.
Yeah, so they'll be down, oh god, P17, P18 easily.
They'll be at the back, yep, because everyone's caught up to the safety car.
Yep. Oh, that hurts. Well, maybe not Mako, because
oh yeah, he's quite far back, isn't he?
Way far back.
That does at least give us another battle at the front between our championship contenders, Granty and Bamboo.
And Bamboo is on fresher tires.
Yes.
Sir Charles as well. Look at that. Look at Blend Machine starting. Had troubles in just trying to get into the lobby tonight. Troubles in quali because he didn't quali because he was trying to get into the lobby. Started last place, P19, and already up in P6. Only on 5-lap-old hard tires. So he's going to probably go to the end, well not the end, but what, 3 laps from the end, pit for soft tires, and that's his pit stop?
Yeah, I'd have thought so. And the same for El Capitan in P5. And you never know, there may even be another VSC, well, a VSC or another safety car later on in the race, which would then give them the chance to get a...
Yeah, so they're sitting...
Lost my connection. There we go.
No, he's sitting in a great position. Yeah, it says that you've left the session, but are you back?
I'm still in the party, it seems. I've got a couple of invites, so...
If you need one, just holler.
Yep.
You know, Gottney Weeb has gotten a penalty. I don't know if you saw it before you left, and if you know what happened to him.
Well, I saw it come up, but I didn't see the problem. I assume it was two drivers hitting each other under safety car.
Yeah, maybe.
And then getting 5 seconds for that, which happens a lot more often in this game than you might expect behind the safety car.
Yeah. Alright, so we're about to go green again. We'll have a battle on our hands with Bamboo on fresh medium tires against Granty, and got some fast drivers behind. Nico John on 5-lap old medium tires. Sir Charles, always wanted to be up there in the top 5-ish. Look at Bamboo trying to be right on the rear of Granty, not trying to play around. Wants to get a good slipstream up to, or down to Eau Rouge and up Radion. And Bamboo might be thinking this is his only chance to really get past, or one of his better opportunities, you know.
Oh, D-Swish and Syrah have come together. Syrah is... Oh my goodness, I think Syrah was in AI mode when that happened. And it just looked like D-Swish had lost the back end of the car, but in actual fact was being dragged around by the
AI.
Alfa Romeo, and now D-Swish is into the wall and he's out of the race.
I wonder if there's going to be a safety car or VSC.
Yeah, well, he's crashed at the same point that Tafor did, so it wouldn't be a surprise. But, oh, Syrah, what have you done there?
What has Syrah done?
He's retired on track, for good measure. Oh dear.
That's gonna cause a VSC. It always does, right? Well,
You'd imagine.
oh, gosh.
His car is still there, and there's a yellow flag, but
you're not supposed to retire on the track.
Well, you're not supposed to be in AI mode either.
No. I'm watching this. They're side by side. The Williams of Drink and Juan went side by side through like 5 corners from Puan all the way to the exit of Stavilo, and that was really, really good driving from the pair of them. Drink is right behind, trying to get back, and Turkey Whacker behind him, just looking for an opportunity to get past these two if something goes wrong. But really, really tight racing at the very back. Kruner trying to go down the inside of D. Gaston and make some contact, and and there's more contact, and Kruner loses a wing, and Alfa Romeo's round.
Oh, Rockstar was right there as well. That's why D. Gaston spun.
Yeah.
But Rockstar had nowhere to go, really. And Broomhand was in the pits for a wing change.
Yeah, oh gosh. I think Kruner was at fault there, just at first glance. Kind of caused the little, I guess, what I'm trying to say, the chain reaction of that. And that's just a little unfortunate. And now he's left with half a wing.
Yep. Yeah, it was quite a brash move, I guess, and from there on it was just problems after problems with more contact, and then the contact again with Rockstar.
Nice little battle between Turkey, Drink, and Juan. Oh, and Wiener's, Wiener. Wiener Drink is off. He just, a huge snap at Puhan. I just saw a snap of the rear, and just literally him going off to the right super fast. I thought, my goodness, something has completely taken that car off the track, and it's a very, very twitchy rear end.
Was it on the curb, on the inside of Puhan? That's normally what happens to me.
Might have been, yeah. Yeah, same here.
Fire Up Flow's got ahead of Nico John, meanwhile, for 4th place. Granty Boy, meanwhile, setting fastest laps out front, and his lead is 1.4.
So Bamboo not able to keep up at the moment to Granty. Wonder if he's saving tires, just maybe trying to be patient, because he knows that Granty is on much older medium tires, and when his tires die off, maybe that's when Bamboo is going to turn it up and put in some good laps.
Yeah, and the two boys that are still on the hards from the start of the race. El Capitan and Blin holding it down okay at the moment. El Capitan in 6th place is right in the DRS of Nico John. And Nico John not having a great run through Les Combes, which is just allowing El Capitan to stay well within a second again. And now Blin Machine is right on the back of both of them here.
He's caught up massively through that, and God, Blin, that was close to the wall. I thought gonna see a little carbon fiber, Mercedes carbon fiber fly off, but kept it out of the walls nicely and keeps on going. He's caught up quickly.
Oh, spin! Nico John in the wall.
What is happening? I guess he just lost it on the exit of Puan.
Yep.
Oh gosh. Oh, it gets hit by Turkey Whacker. I don't know if Turkey saw him. Did Turkey see Nico? Because Nico just. Oh my goodness me.
That BSC. Is sad.
Absolutely, that'd be a safety car.
Did we have longer than a week off? Because it's some very rusty driving going on here tonight.
Yeah, this is very rusty. It looks like they've taken the whole season off. That was really bad miscommunication between Drink and Nico.
I think Blin and El Capitan have missed a great opportunity here as well. They haven't pitted. I would have pitted then for the mediums. That would have got them to the end of the race. We're back to green.
Yeah, that would have. Yeah. I think the Haas was a bit careless coming back on track, a bit too rash.
Drink just slammed into him into the pits as well. I think there's going to be some pretty hot-headed drivers out there right now.
Yeah, especially the ones that got collected and that. Not their fault, but yeah, I'd be a bit heated as well. Interesting though to see Blin and El Capitan. If they, gosh, I wish they would have pitted. Wonder where they would have come out. But they're sitting in a really good position on, decently old hard tires that are still, good to go for another, 10 or so laps at least. We'll see what they can do. I'm hoping they get a good result tonight. They really need it. Blin got knocked out of the points last week in Hungary due to a penalty, so we'll be looking for a few points today, and that's quite close on the exit curb. You get on the grass there, you unsettle the rear, and you can just really snap around and can have your race ended if you're not careful.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we're saying that, there's been quite a few incidents. There's quite a surprising number of incidents so far, but
no.
Belgium is not an easy track. It's a great track, definitely, but it's not easy to, push to the limit around here and keep it all together. Especially at places like Puan and Upper Rouge and Radion. The car can get unstable through those corners quite easily.
Sorry, I'm a little distracted by watching this battle between Blin and El Capitan. It's really, really good, and both of them kind of cut the top of Radion. Look at Blin using the DRS and his overtake button. Easy overtake to the Ferrari, and then look at Gotney Weeb. Holy moly. Oh, and El Capitan loses part of his wing, driving straight in the back of the AlphaTauri. So that's gonna... He might as well pit now. I mean, oh God, look at that. There's nothing there.
Bit of a Hamilton-Rosberg type collision. Seemed to me when I first saw that one. Turkey Whacker and Pan are very close again. Turkey Whacker lighting up the rear tyres a couple of corners ago, and then extending a little bit out of Puan. So he keeps winding his move time being, and now they're coming up to El Capitan with his wing damage as well.
Oh God. I was holding my breath there for a second. I thought that was going to end in tears. Like they all got through, though.
One kind of held it well around the outside. Now Bamboo with the fastest lap. And
look at that, he's within a second.
although all the detection points coming up and he's dropped out of it.
I think he's just trying to bide his time. He's extremely patient driver, really calculated, and doesn't want to burn up his tires too much. He's extremely intelligent in the Hamilton sense that, you know, it's more about the end of the race. He wants to make sure that he has tires to attack. So yeah, I'm quite impressed by Bamboo's driving. He's been slowly creeping back up, and now he's just knocking on the door, waiting for a mistake from Granty or just to launch an attack at the right time.
Juan has got ahead of Turkey Whacker.
Oh my goodness!
On the straights.
God, did you see that? Williams just completely stick his nose into a side of Turkey there.
Oh no, I missed that. I was on board with Juan.
It was kind of a Code Brown moment.
Just to come back to this situation with Granty and Bamboo, seeing how long Granty stays out on those mediums is really going to tell us whether or not Bamboo can complete this race without another pit stop. Because if he can, then you know he's pretty much got the race in hand at the moment. But yeah, we'll just have to wait and see when Granty Boy comes in. He's carrying on at the moment. He's done 11 laps on those mediums so far. How's his pace? Well, he's just set a fastest lap, so the medium tires are clearly working very well, and he's been on them for 12 laps already.
And it's going to get cloudy towards the end of the race, so that might help the tire life. I think Granty has the raw pace on Bamboo. So Bamboo might be thinking, let me just try to stay within, you know, slipstream, or just kind of stay in contact with him. And then when Granty pits, maybe Bamboo will put in 1 or 2 good laps to take advantage of, you know, the in lap and the out lap that Granty has, and try to just hold it till the end of the race. I think Bamboo can do it, but it's going to be tough, and with Granty on much fresher and better tires, I'm not. Yeah, we'll see if Granty has the time and the laps to catch back up and mount an attack.
Turkey's coming back at Juan for P7, and he's made that stick quite comfortably.
These guys having a great battle.
Yeah, and Rockstar's in the background of it all as well, and he's actually on the mediums. So in theory, he has quicker tyres than both drivers in front of him.
That's correct. You know, it makes me nervous every time those drivers get on that outside curb before the turn in a Puhan. It's like, God, that just seems like a recipe for rear end facing the wrong way.
Yeah, and you know, the outer curve on the before the entry, and then at the apex, if you get too much onto that curve. Granty pits now, so that's 12 laps he's done. Kind of quite surprised actually, because
you thought he would go more.
Well, his pace is still very good, although I can see the graining actually on those mediums as he's come in.
He's putting on the soft tires.
That's a risk, isn't it? That's quite a long
risk.
stint.
That's 8 laps, right?
Yeah. And he's got Blin Machine right on his tail coming out of the pits, and Blin is going to cause Granty some big problems here because he's got DRS. He's using his overtake button.
Oh gosh.
Going down the inside. And Granty defending it on the outside, and contact with Blin Machine, who's in the wall. Oh no.
Oh, watch the re-entry. Oh man, those 3 drivers
right into that.
Oh, and
Oh, Denny.
Oh, that's more wing damage. Oh gosh. That was a great recovery drive from Blin all the way up to P4, P5 on a really good strategy, and then just did not go his way at the top of Lacombe with Granty. I was trying to find a good angle, and I just not able to see exactly. Did Blin get cut off from Granty a little bit? Did Granty turn in too much?
Oh, 50-50 for me. You know, Blin's on old hard tyres. I would think that there was a bit of understeer from him, and maybe Granty could have left a bit more room, but you know, Lecom, you go right, and then you have to position yourself for the left, so you leave too much room, you completely compromise yourself for the rest of the corner. Yeah, very, very difficult to call that one for me.
Probably a racing incident then. Yeah, it's just really, really, really unfortunate for, well, yeah, Blinn, but down in P9, obviously has wing damage. I don't think he'll go the rest of the race, or, I mean, it'd be a good time to pit, honestly. Put on the medium tires and just blitz it till the end.
Yeah, and there he goes into the pit lane. And it was quite a hairy moment as well when he rejoined right into the middle of this battle we were talking about with Juan, Turkey and Rockstar, and that battle's carried on. And they're all closing in together. Turkey's gone down the inside of Juan, Rockstar having a look, but Juan closes the door.
Did he ever? These three are just having at it. Great fun to watch, but must be a little stressful inside the cockpit.
Yeah, if they could just keep this going for the next 7 laps, that would be perfect.
Yellow flag sector 3, I thought somebody in the pits. D. Gaston is retired from the race, so that's both Alfa Romeo's out of the race. That makes me and Chatty very, very sad since we raced that team for Thursday's Platinum race.
Yeah, I hope that's not a bad omen for us.
You would hate to see it. I think we'll do okay on Thursday. What do you think?
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, we were talking earlier about you know, setups for this race. Not going to get into it too much. We don't want to give anything away, but I think, well, certainly, you know, 007, your pace has been pretty good so far this season, and I'm still getting grips with the wheel, but slowly but surely getting there. I feel a bit more confident after the break as well. So, yeah, we'll see how it goes on Thursday.
Absolutely. First goal, though, first step is to make it through Rouge and Radion. You don't want to make any, you know, rash movements with the wheel that could put you in the wall, like it did. I think it was Tafor and D-Swish from earlier, Sierra, can't remember exactly. Look at these three, they're having a great scrap. Rockstar, Juan, and Turkey. As I say that, okay, my bad, commentator's curse. Sorry, Turkey, my bad. No, it's still a wonderful battle and really, really close racing. Before, when we were talking, I think it was Rockstar or Juan fighting each other at the bus stop, and one of them, I forgot who, made a fantastic
contact. Granty on the back of fire upflow. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Granty's pulled up to fire upflow, and a little bit of a knock on Granty's front wing. Didn't see any of it coming off, but that's the kind of contact that could easily cause a slightly yellow wing.
Yeah, like the off-green wing.
Yeah. Oh, and we've got a Red Bull. It's probably Mako.
Granty's got a good run. Ooh, that's close. Sent it down the inside of the AlphaTauri. That's such a cool shot. And with those tires, it's gonna be very hard for Fire Upflow on 11 lap old medium tires to keep up. He could drain his ERS, but and he keeps it on through Eau Rouge and Radion. That's bold. I wouldn't do that. I would probably be on the wall if I did that. Look at that, he's coming back. Wow. Oh,
and Granty again into Blacom.
And he lost part of his wing, and Fire Upflow is not going to be happy. Oh. I think he has this wing, but Granty does not have the right side end plate. Great news for Bamboo. If I don't know if Bamboo's watching the stream or just knows about this, but that puts huge pressure off at Bamboo. Now he's just got to worry about Sir Charles, who's about 7 seconds behind.
Oh,
that's crazy.
So I feel like that was an example of probably not the best strategy from Granty, and it went back quite a few corners actually, because I was thinking when he made that move into turn 1 on fire upflow, he's going to give fire upflow DS down the Camel Straight and be vulnerable to an attack, which he was, and then I think he should have maybe just let that go once fire upflow had got ahead.
Yeah,
And now he's got wing damage.
Yeah, wait, half a lap later and try to overtake again. I think. Oh, and there's okay. Granty's in the pits. Wonder if he has an extra set of soft tires. But oh, DNF. Oh, he's not happy. He is furious. I can tell. I mean, the moment you enter the pit lane line and it goes DNF, you instantly know that is that has not gone to plan. Let's just put it that way.
No, and I think as things stand, with Bamboo on course to win the race, they are going to be level on points after this Grand Prix.
Like level, like completely equal, or is it going to be just within a few points?
No, level, like same points, because Bamboo is currently 25 points behind, and I don't know who has the fastest lap at the moment. We could check that actually. Who has the fastest lap? Granty Boy has the fastest lap, and it's a second quicker than what Bamboo has done so far. So I don't know if Bamboo is going to have a chance to take that back. But yeah, as things stand, they would both be on 88 points going into Silverstone week.
That's crazy. You know what I'm thinking of also? Is that, and you've said it first, I think, in the first race, because there's less races this season, every point counts. And I know it was a very quick, emotional decision probably that Granty made, but I'm not sure that was the correct decision in the long haul of points. I think this may come back and haunt him.
Yeah, absolutely, I agree. I mean, hindsight's a wonderful thing, you know. If we do get to a situation at the end of the season where it comes down to a very small margin of points, then maybe this could be a moment that Granty would look back on and think, man, I should have carried on and fought out for some points.
P7, P8, P9, at least a few points. And that even he could probably would have had a P6 maybe or something. I don't know, but it's hard to say. And just never give up though.
Absolutely, you never know what's going to happen with safety cars and stuff as well. Rockstar.
Beautiful move. And it was these two actually battling a few laps to go at the bus stop chicane, and they were it's very respectful and very, very clean, hard racing. And these guys giving a masterclass on kind of how some other drivers should have raced tonight. Yeah, excellent driving.
Yeah, and it's just a shame that Turkey Whacker hasn't been able to catch back up again, because it was a great three-way scrap for a while. Still an excellent battle here between Rockstar and Juan, and we don't. What is Gotney Weave's time penalty? Is it 5 seconds? Yeah, it is 5 seconds. So potentially they are battling over 4th place if they can stay within 5 seconds of the AlphaTauri.
Yep. Right now it's 7 seconds back, but they are on medium tires, or at least Rockstar is. Just the battling is going to prevent them from really making that ground up, but it seems to be coming down. I think the hard tires, it's obviously the slower tire, just more consistent. Good battling though.
Just looking at the tires of the front guys, Bamboo, Sir Charles and Fire Upflow, because they're on 14 laps with mediums. We saw that Granty pitted having done 12 laps on them. So for these guys, they're definitely going to go to the end, I'm sure of that. And there is a bit of visible graining on the front right I can see for pretty much all of them. which is sort of an indicator that
Yeah.
they're starting to get quite bad. So yeah, interesting. A couple of laps still to go, and impossible to know exactly how bad it is, of course, because we don't have that information available. But maybe still some late drama, maybe a puncture on these final laps. We'll just have to wait and see.
No, you've already commentated, Kirsten, so it's going to happen now. Hopefully not. Yeah, the tires are looking not too great. Definitely past their optimum stage. But Bamboo has opened the gap up past 10 seconds to Sir Charles. Sir Charles having a very quiet race, but he's managed to kind of sneak his way into P2 at the moment, so a pretty decent race from him. Fire Up Flow and Got New Weeb for AlphaTauri. They're going to be taking the lead in the championship, I assume, with a top 5 double points finish for both cars. Yeah, and just proving that they're really good teammates. They were in the Mercedes last season, in the AlphaTauri this season, and that partnership seems to be working out pretty well so far.
Yeah, definitely, and they seem to complement each other quite well, I'd say. They always seem to be near to each other on tracks, so their pace seems to be quite similar. Why have we got a yellow flag?
Capitan went off track a little bit.
Oh, and Blin's gone deep. Oh, Blin's pitting.
Oh my god, the wing
smashing his front wing.
He's carrying it to his pit box. Gosh. Why is he... What happened? Oh, maybe he had damage, or he's going for fastest lap?
Well, he's having a wing change. It looked like he'd lost his wing already when he was coming in.
Yeah.
And then, obviously, took the rest of it off by understeering into the wall. But, yeah, I'm not quite sure what happened there to Blin. But sad for him, he was doing so well in P5 before his contact with Granty Boy, and then it's just been a pretty lonely race for him.
Yeah. Look at the McLarens. Both McLarens, though, in the top 10. Turkey pulling off a pretty good strategy with the 15-lap-old hard tires. Same as Juan. Juan has had a good race. Let's look at the position change just quickly before we make it. Well, we're already on our last lap. Before we take the last lap with Bamboo. Position change. Yeah, Broom Handle up 2. Turkey Whacker up 8. Juan up 11. He'd be my driver of the day.
Yeah, and he's... How many laps has he done on these? 15. So was that the safety car that he came in, or a little bit after that?
I'm not sure. Maybe after that?
Yeah. Just
that's
thinking,
that's Blin.
Blin's out.
Oh, is he pushing too hard? Seems like the Giovinazzi incident from last season.
I'm on board with Nico John now. Oh yeah, Blin was... Oh my goodness, Nico John had to avoid him.
Oh dear.
I think Blin was pushing for a fastest lap like you suggested and just lost it.
Yep. Well, just FYI to our viewers, you have to be inside the top 10, I believe, to get that extra point for fastest lap. And previously it was held by Granty, so really nobody, well, I guess somebody is now. Who has it?
Still Granty, yep.
Still Granty. Yep.
But here comes Bamboo.
Yep. He's had a fantastic race, and once again, I think for the second time this season, Bamboo wins here in Season 11 for a silver class here at Spa. Congratulations to Bamboo, putting on a fantastic drive and really well done on tire management as well. Coming up in P2, Sir Charles, little wiggle of the wheel to show that he's pretty excited about that. One of our reserve drivers, and finds his way back on the a podium. So really, really well done drive from him, P2. And Fire Up Flow, Got Any Weed, P3, P4 respectively. Congrats to the AlphaTauri team. It's really good teamwork to pull off a result like that. Rockstar Really good performance from him. P5 Turkey Whacker. P6 Juan got past Broom Handle, actually. Look at that, by 82. No, sorry, missed out on P6 Turkey Whacker by a little bit. So Juan must have had an issue at the bus stop. Broom Handle P8, Krooner P9, El Capitan rounding off the top 10. That is the Belgian Grand Prix for Silver Class. Done and dusted.
Yeah, well, Juan was a couple of seconds clear of Turkey Whacker the last time I noticed the gap between them, so I'm not quite sure how they ended up quite so close together. Maybe, as you suggested, some issue for Juan at the bus stop right at the end there. So if that's the case, he'll be gutted with that, to have lost a position right at the end of the race.
Yeah.
It's very unfortunate.
Yeah, he was having a good battle with Rockstar. It's pretty much the last half of the race since their pit stop.
Yeah.
I know Turkey's going to be happy, though, with that P6. Good race from him.
I think, yeah, there's going to be some drivers that are very happy and some drivers that are furious after that race. Obviously, Granty Boy will be at the top of the list of angry drivers. I'll be interested to see the Discord after this and see what's been said, to be honest, because we saw some controversial moments in that race, definitely.
Absolutely. And then with I think it was, God, who was it? Was it Nico in the Haas with the unsafe entries? Kind of collided with a few drivers.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't remember. I think it was a Williams. Wiener Drank, I think, was
yes.
the one who arrived on the scene and collected him, or was.
That was unfortunate. You got the podium.
Yeah. So we'll get to the invites so we can hear from the drivers and hear from their perspective what was going on in that race. So it's Bamboo, Sir Charles, and Fire Up Flow.
Well, I'll tell you what, the Discord is a fiery place at the moment.
I might get some popcorn before I check back into that.
I forgot mine. It's too late now. I'm already I'm intrigued. Ooh. Just a really interesting race altogether, though, and yeah, Bamboo putting on another masterclass on just being smart out there and getting the result and placing his car in the right place when it matters. But Bamboo P1, Sir Charles P2, Fire Up Flow rounding off the podium, Renault, Mercedes, and AlphaTauri. Just wanted to take this moment as we are getting our drivers into the commentary box. Wanted to thank our affiliate sponsor, Fanatec, for sponsoring TCR. If you're interested in any Fanatec gear, please check the link down in the description below. About 70% of our drivers do have some sort of Fanatec gear. We do really enjoy it. I enjoy my wheelbase wheel and setup. I know Chatty is coming to grips with his, but definitely enjoys the transition from pad to wheel, and makes me smile. So if you're looking for some Fanatec stuff, then just check down below. Also, Golden Class, it is tomorrow. Same track, same time. It'll be round 5 for the Golden Boys. And then Platinum Class on Thursday, again 8:15 Eastern. And that class runs with absolutely no assists. And we hope to see our winner Bamboo today join us again as a Platinum Reserve. Be nice to see what he can do and shake up things in that class. But Chatty, I think we got our drivers here.
Yeah, we've got yep, they're all here. So excellent.
Awesome.
So we'll start off with our race winner tonight, Bamboo, winning his second race of season 11. He won Monaco as well in very convincing style, and a similar sort of story again tonight for our defending champion. So yeah, congratulations on the win and pole position as well, I believe. How did you see the race tonight?
It's it's a good one for me. I take a nice start, but I don't know what type of engine got Sir Charles, but he is so fast in a straight line. So for me, the safety car helped me a lot today. He is just the perfect timing for me, and I know at the restart I had to break the distance with Sir Charles because he's so fast in the straight line. So I did it, and after I need just to finish the race. So it's good one.
Yeah, and we commented actually when you pitted under the safety car, because you and Sir Charles both went for the mediums at that point, and I wasn't sure that they would make it to the end, but obviously they did. But did you have any concerns about using the mediums instead of the hards, or were you quite confident that they would last till the end of the race?
I am confident. It's this track. It's not too tough for the tire. I think so. At the end, I have only 60% on the back. So
That's it?
yeah, that's it.
Wow,
it's not a lot.
Wow, that's crazy.
This track it's way better of the track before. So no, I already know the tire going to the end today.
I think just to say quickly, 007, I think the great thing for us about these interviews is that we get some kind of strategy insight before we race as well, as being able to hear from the drivers.
Yeah, that and anybody who's watching, to be honest. But no, it's great, being in this position. I love it. I mean, yeah, plus the commentating, obviously that's my favorite part. But yeah, it's great seeing what drivers can do. And Bamboo, dude, you're the tire management king. Very smart in that aspect, so congrats and good job on that.
Thanks.
Did you have any questions?
Yeah, one question. Why did you prefer the medium tire over the hard tire? Even if the wear wasn't, great, or as good as you say, 60% or 70%, if it was higher, would you still have gone with the medium tire, or would you have gone with the hard?
Because I don't know why, but on this game, I have a serious difficulty with the hard tire. It's tough to keep the car on the track sometimes. So when I can use the medium, I want to use the medium all the time.
Oh, okay.
I'm not a fan of the hard tire. So
yeah, it's a struggle.
Because you don't feel a lot traction on this game, and it's hard to feel the tire.
Yeah, fair enough. I'll take that.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you there on the hard tires there. And again, we should start a drinking game. How many times I mentioned moving from pad to wheel, but the traction is a lot harder to feel on the wheel compared to on the pad, and the hards they can be a bit of a nightmare. So yeah, again, congratulations, Bamboo. I believe after tonight's result, you've now tied the lead of the Drivers' Championship with Granty Boy, so that's very exciting for the rest of the season. So yeah, we wish you well for the coming races.
Absolutely. Good luck as well.
Thanks.
So now we move on to our second placed finisher, who was Sir Charles, and another very good drive from you in Silver Class. We've seen a lot of impressive races from you, sort of at the end of season 10 and now in the start of season 11 for you. And yeah, again, how did you see the race out there tonight?
Oh yeah, like I said, things went pretty straightforward for me. I'd like to have Bamboo set up. Shout out to him. I'll take best of the rest tonight. But I don't know what his setup was, but my tires were on about 80% at the end. So for what it's worth, granted, I went with a very aggressive setup that was murdering my tires, but I was able to definitely find some extra pace with that, which got me track position and all that. So in the end, it was all worth it. But yeah, Bamboo, shout out to you and Granty Boy too. Those guys are on another level in this class. And it probably worked out best for me because when Granty Boy went out, I just kind of, those last 4 or 5 laps, I was just kind of milking the gap, making sure I got to the end. I think I had, who knows where my tires would have been if I would have had to push, because I know Granty Boy was running me down there. So yeah, it was a pretty straightforward race. Unfortunately, I don't know, I felt like I was kind of keeping up with Bamboo there at the beginning, but that safety car, that pit stop, Nico John got right between us. That annoyed me. But, and by the time I got around him, kind of messed up the next few turns, and Bamboo was about a little over 2 seconds away, and I, couldn't quite. He had a little bit of pace on me, so I couldn't. Kept it within 4 seconds for a while, but, eventually he drove off, and once I had a big gap behind me, I just kind of milked that gap, and shout out to my expert strategist, Turkey Whacker, and Broom Handle. They had great races tonight too. And other than that, I think that's pretty much how my race went. So
yeah, well, you've summarised that really well, and more great insight on the tyre wear front as well. 007, do you have any questions for Sir Charles?
Not really. Just congratulations, and it'll give you more points as a reserve in this championship. I think you're sitting on 10, and I think you'll add 18 to that. So that's, if my math is correct, 28 points. So it's pretty good.
Yeah. So now I got to start thinking about how many of these can I do? Do I want to do? And try and qualify for the All-Star race. Who knows?
Yeah. No, keep coming back. It's great to have you on the grid and on the track, and showing why you were one of the top runners back in season 9. So. But yeah, congrats, and have a good night.
Yeah, congratulations, Sir Charles. And we move on now to our third place finisher, Fire Upflow, one of the AlphaTauri boys. They had a great race tonight, finishing 3rd and 4th, and obviously that constructors title could well be on the cards for them the way they're going. So yeah, Fire Upflow, congratulations on the result tonight. I don't know if you were involved or saw any of the chaos that was going on a bit further back at various points in that race, but yeah, how did it go for you tonight overall?
Oh no, yeah, thankfully I did not have anything to do that, and didn't know what was going on behind me. But yeah, shout out to my teammate because we just got a lot of points, and he drove up from 11th to 4th, so that was awesome to see him. Like every time I saw him on the screen coming up behind me, I was a little nervous, but I was happy to see him up there. It was a pretty straightforward race. I think that's the thing with this track is basically, you get to like lap 3 or 4, and you can make those mediums go till the end. So I knew I was going mediums as soon as the safety car came out, and it was fairly simple to get them to the end. I think they were at like 60% by the end, but it wasn't anything terrible. I think the hards were definitely much slower, but yeah, going to the mediums was definitely a good idea.
Yeah, it seems to definitely be the way to go for us on Thursday as well.
Oh yeah, I'm rubbing my hands together, smiling. I was like, oh, I'm ready to go now. We better be careful, Chatty, because they're going to be giving us maybe some fake strategies starting in round 6. We don't
it's going to rain on Thursday now, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely.
None of this is going to matter.
No, you're completely correct.
Do you have any questions for him for Fire Upflow 007?
No, I think same as God, who was P2? Sir Charles. Same as Sir Charles. Just a congratulations and job well done for you guys, the AlphaTauri boys. And yeah, I think you guys do take the constructors championship lead, and that'll give you a good chunk of points as well to... Yeah, I think you're going to overtake your teammate, actually, in the standings.
So... Yeah, I think I'll be up by him on a couple points, and I think we might still be in second, actually, in the constructors.
I think so. We are close.
Yeah, but it's at least close.
Oh, yes. Yeah, it'll be very, very close. Yeah, Bamboo's already done the constructors points.
Love it.
I know. I know it's close since we start this season. It's close.
Absolutely.
Very close.
Yes. Well, no, that's it from me, guys. Again, congratulations. And next race we have would be Silverstone. So another high-speed circuit, and always brings us a good show. So.
Yep, can't wait. Thanks, guys.
Thanks. Bye.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Yep, no problem. See you.
Okay, have we got anything else, list 7? Or are we good to wrap things up?
I think we're pretty good to go. I just forgot to change the card to Fire Up Flow, so I was showing a Mercedes, and he drives the AlphaTauri, but that's all right.
Yeah.
I always forget to do that. No, I think that's it. It has been a really good Belgian Grand Prix with lots of drama, lots of incidents at the beginning, and a few parts of the wings lost here and there. But yeah, it's been good once again, and looking forward to commentating on Silverstone next week with you. Who knows? I, put you in the main commentators box again, and we'll keep rotating like that. I think that's pretty cool that we can do that.
Yeah, absolutely. As long as I can find a way to make my internet a bit more stable and not drop out once at least. Hopefully I can figure something out by then. But yeah, definitely looking forward to Silverstone next week, and obviously for us, looking forward to Thursday for the Platinum Class race as well at Belgium.
Yeah, we'll have to collaborate on some setup and some strategy stuff. Yeah, get prepared for that. Anywho, it's time for us to sign off once again, and please join us back tomorrow night for the Golden Class. They'll be taking around Spa 22 laps, and then Thursday for a Platinum Class. Then next Tuesday for Silverstone, as Chatty said, and we'll continue. That'll be about the halfway point of this season, so it's going by pretty fast. But yeah, we just want to give thanks to all the TCR officials, all the drivers, the stewards, the commentators who do put a lot of work and time into this league to make it the best it can be for drivers. We do thank the drivers again for racing in TCR, and hope that you guys do have a blast racing against each other and just having fun. So with that, I'm 007, and he's been Chatty Duck. We'll see you next week for the Silverstone Grand Prix. Thanks so much, and have a great night.